Tekashi 61x9ine. Well. We looks like we got a rat. A rata. Una rata. A snitch. The internet gangster. Everybody's favorite troll. This Goofy finally folded like I knew he would. There's an audio clip there from the white Jew himself, Vlad, of course, of all people, has an audio recording. I wouldn't be surprised if he was a part of the witness, if he was in the jury, man. Fuck. Anywho, you know what this says? This is instant karma. I remember when he spoke so confidently on the Breakfast Coons to Lenny, to CHARLAMAGNE, about how untouchable he was, how he's gonna be good, and they did a bet in 2020. Mind you, this fool CHARLAMAGNE is one of the gatekeepers, so it's pretty ironic that he betted on it, although he did say something very pansexual, like about what type of sexual favors he would do to Tekashi if he ever got out of prison, when he was on The Brilliant Idiots with his white homie Andrew Schultz. And you know what? It's just like a bunch of can of worms just opened up. Speaking of which, I thought about that 2019 Revolt Summit and how everybody was just cheering on Killer Mike. Yeah, Killer Mike, man, Killer Mike is so woke. Yeah, he talking about group economics. Now, don't get me wrong. There are things I do agree with Killer Mike, the knowledge of self and the economical aspect of it. But see, Killer Mike doesn't like to speak about things in the so-called black community as far as the masculine principle goes, as far as things revolving around the culture goes, and how that shapes a lot of these children and that shapes people in the community at large. He's so one-track minded, and he ties everything down to economics. I can't even really say group economics, because I'm not even sure where the money's going exactly, even though he claims to have a black bank, but I don't know about all that. In addition to that, I thought about when T.I., he likes to be woke the next moment that he wants to be the trapper of the year. And he proudly talks about how he is one of the godfathers of trap music. When he was talking to Candace Owens, who really is the black version of Tommy Lauren. See, you're not trying to contextualize and sympathize with black people. You making excuses, and you want to give the Caucasian, you want to have them exempt from criticism. You know that fool Clifford. He tries to use words that he finds in a thesaurus and thinks that he's giving some sort of gospel universal truth when he does it. And then there was a female out there who appeared to regurgitate talking points from Tariq, which in reality is Umar. I remember when someone even in the comment section said that they need to put Umar and CHARLAMAGNE. What difference would that make? That would just be a cesspool of bigger bullshit than it already was. The intent may have been good, but there was nothing done pragmatically. The only person who came the closest would be Killer Mike, but again, this is a dude who has openly, publicly, proudly supported a white Jew socialist like Bernie Sanders, and socialism really is another code word for Marxism. Let's just keep it real. And how well has that served the so-called black community? I mean, the Black Panthers took this belief, and you saw in the end, what it did, you had spies and agents and people who essentially rejected the creator. And now you have black people paying for it generations later. Yup. That's why I don't do too much praising. I don't do all that praising and venerating the Black Panthers, because you have to always consider the source. And speaking of rats, even the Black Panthers had a rat. It was a Japanese dude. Can't remember his name off the top of my head right now. Richard Aoki or something like that. Point is, they even had a rat too, just like Tekashi. So goes to show, this is why you have to be mindful when you create your own movement, and then there's some sort of outside source or outsider, or in this case, a gaijin. Yup. So that's what I say as far as the Black Panthers go. But as far as Tekashi, the racketeering charges, Treyway, he even snitching on Cardi B. She should have been got punished for setting dudes up and prostituting, while setting dudes up with trannies and drugging them. That bitch should have been got the books, just like Tekashi. But you know, those people in the industry, those Kabbalistic freaks, needed her. She was an asset to them. Tekashi services were no longer required, which is why they got rid of him. Yup. And that's the thing. It's getting to a point now where it's becoming obvious who has been placed in these positions, man, who has been selected. Nobody, like, there's no grassroots successful artists in the rap world right now. I'm talking about anybody who came after 2012. If you started rapping after 2012, I can't think of anybody who has grassroots success and is a prevalent figure in mainstream. Not one. You have this fool Tekashi troll people, troll all these gangs, come to Chicago on the Union Station looking like a goofy with all those feds, went on O Block, all this stupid shit, and he thought that it wasn't going to catch up with him. Wonder what Al Prophet's going to have to say. Now Tekashi did a lot of snitching right then. Shout out to Al Prophet. I fuck with him. But yeah. Yeah, man, your metaphysical credit is well into the negatives. Thought you could buy away your freedom. This is something that your ass couldn't even cash out. Fuck you talking about? It's a cocky. And that is my take on it. Peace.